Today on People Now, we have updates on the mass shootings from over the weekend as victims are identified.
And a Major League Soccer player called out Congress over gun control after scoring a goal on Sunday.
Aaron Carter speaks out after being accused of flipping dogs for profit. We'll tell you what's going on.
His name is Charles, Prince Charles. Yup, the heir to the throne might just be in the next Bond film.
Andy Cohen says he has blacklisted some celebrities from Watch What Happens Live. We have the scoop.
New baby alert, Jenna Bush Hager and her husband welcome their newborn son. See the cute pics.
Plus, Real Housewives of Orange County star Shannon Medore is here live. We're talking new wives, new relationships, and new drama.
Ooh, can't wait. It's all live today on People Now. Let's go.
Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to People Now. Jeremy is out today, so Diana Falzone is filling in. Welcome, Diana. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. I watched the show. I'm a big fan.
A People Now fan, and you're here. It makes perfect sense.
I'm living my dream.
All right. So from British royalty to Hollywood star, it is rumored that Prince Charles may appear in the next James Bond film, which is very, very exciting.
It is. So we want to know, which other royal do you want to see in a movie? Is it Prince William, Prince Harry, Kate Middleton, or Prince George? Vote in our People poll or tweet us your answer with the hashtag PeopleNow.
We'll check in on those results in a bit, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Switching gears to a very difficult story. That was an Ohio vigil crowd chanting at Ohio Governor Mike DeWine as he spoke to them following the deadly mass shooting at a bar in Dayton, Ohio early Sunday morning that left 9 people dead and 27 injured. Authorities in Dayton, Ohio have now identified all 9 of the innocent victims. And the Dayton Police Department confirmed at a press conference that the sister of the shooter was also killed in the incident. Police also identified the shooter as Connor Betts, a 24-year-old white male, and according to them, Betts died after being confronted by police within 20 seconds of opening fire. Surveillance footage has been released of the incident, and it shows people falling to the ground and taking cover. It is horrific to watch. 2 friends, James Williams and Holly Redmond, who witnessed the shooting and had just left the bar where the shooting took place, told people that it looked, quote, like a war zone, adding the shooting was a domino effect of people laying everywhere. Meanwhile, Senator and presidential hopeful Kirsten Gillibrand has some thoughts about this latest shooting and what needs to be done. Watch.
This is what domestic terrorism looks like, and you should be using our resources, the Department of Justice, our investigative arms with the FBI, to actually root out this kind of terrorism at home.
The Dayton shooting followed a mass shooting in El Paso, Texas, inside a Walmart in which 20 people were killed and 26 were injured on Saturday. Soccer star Alejandro Bedoya is calling out Congress. After scoring a goal for his team, the Philadelphia Union, during Sunday's game, Alejandro sprinted over to the field microphone and yelled, "Hey Congress, do something now. End gun violence. Let's go." Now this comes after 2 mass shootings over the weekend, one in El Paso, Texas, and another in Dayton, Ohio. And this isn't the soccer star's first time speaking out on gun violence. On Sunday, Alejandro tweeted out his anger, saying he's, quote, seeing more thoughts and prayers bleep. Words without actions are just worthless. Now, he ends the tweet by alleging that America is becoming a dystopian society and calling followers to do something about it. Alejandro later added that, although he's not a policymaker, he hopes stricter gun laws will be made. Now, in his tweet, he calls for stricter background checks, red flag laws, making a registry for gun purchases, closing gun show loopholes, and taxing ammunition. Now, this weekend's shootings have left 29 people dead and many more injured. So far, according to the Gun Violence Archive, there have been 253 incidents of mass shootings this year in the United States. Our thoughts go out to everyone affected by these tragedies. Moving on to this, the Kennedy family has announced funeral arrangements for Robert F. Kennedy's granddaughter, Saoirse Kennedy Hill. Now, People confirms the funeral will take place on Monday at Our Lady of Victory Church in Centerville, which is less than 5 miles away from the Kennedys' Massachusetts compound, where Saoirse died Thursday of a suspected overdose.
According to the Boston Globe, a family spokesperson revealed that the family will host a private burial service following the funeral. Our Lady of Victory Church became a Kennedy family staple after they stopped regularly attending former President John F. Kennedy's favorite house of worship, St. Francis Xavier Church. That's according to South Coast Today.
The Kennedys confirmed the tragic news of Saoirse's death in a statement to People on Thursday, just hours after paramedics rushed to their Hyannisport property. Now, that statement read, "Our hearts are shattered by the loss of our beloved Saoirse. Her life was filled with hope, promise, and love. She cared deeply about friends and family, especially her mother Courtney, her father Paul, her stepmother Stephanie, and her grandmother Ethel." Now, the statement continued, "She lit up our lives with her love, her peals of laughter, and her generous spirit. She was passionately moved by the causes of human rights and women's empowerment and found great joy in volunteer work, working alongside indigenous communities to build schools in Mexico. We will love her and miss her forever."
On Friday, police confirmed they responded to the scene in Hyannisport at about 3 p.m. The Cape and Islands District Attorney's Office did not specify the nature of the police call in their statement on Friday, but they did say Saoirse was found unresponsive at the scene and pronounced dead at a local hospital.
In the statement, they added the autopsy report revealed no trauma consistent with life-saving measures and that the cause and manner of death are pending the toxicology report. Now, according to the DA's office, both local and state police are currently investigating. Saoirse Kennedy Hill was 22 years old. All right, moving on to this. His name is Charles, Prince Charles, and he might be in the next Bond film. Now, according to reports, the heir to the throne, Prince Charles, was invited to be part of the upcoming movie when he visited the set in June. This is very exciting.
It is. If he does agree to the gig, he would follow in the footsteps of his mother, Queen Elizabeth, who played a starring role in a Bond video produced for the opening ceremony of the 2012 Olympics in London.
Now, a source close to production tells The Sun, quote, "They loved the buzz around the Queen's appearance alongside Daniel Craig and think Charles could top even that." I don't know about that, though. I saw her video. She had the corgis.
You can't, first of all, the Queen and puppies, you really can't beat that. The source added, "He is the epitome of everything British. Perfect for a cameo role, and Bond fans worldwide would absolutely love it." The movie has had a bunch of setbacks, though, including an explosion at the studio in June and the original director quitting last year.
And the source told The Sun that the producers are, quote, "desperate to sign him," explaining that having faced so many setbacks, landing a royal could be just what the movie needs.
Charles visited the set of the new Bond filmed at Pinewood Studios on June 20th. The Queen's son, a longtime fan of Aston Martin cars, got an up-close look at the classic Bond vehicles being used on Bond 25 with the movie star Daniel Craig.
Now, Charles went on set to meet members of the crew to learn more about the upcoming project, and we can't wait to see Prince Charles's cameo if he does decide to be part of the project. Now, Queen Elizabeth did have a line, so I'm wondering if he does make a cameo, is he going to have lines?
I'm hoping that he's going to be in an Aston Martin and revving his engine and maybe having like a kind of Fast and Furious moment with Daniel Craig.
I mean, the movie needs it with their setbacks, so
Bond
we're hoping this
versus
happens.
Prince.
All right, on to this. This is kind of a wild story here. Aaron Carter is speaking out after being accused of adopting dogs and then reselling them for profit. So over the weekend, Aaron posted an Instagram live story with an English bulldog named Mighty, who's very cute, by the way, who he adopted from the Lancaster Animal Care Center in California. Now, he can be heard saying, "This is my new buddy. So by the way, if I can't keep him, I'm going to be listing him. He's 10 months old and he's running for $3,500. Now, he was quickly called out for saying this, and now he insists that he was joking. He's not flipping dogs for profit.
In a series of tweets, Aaron says he finds it appalling that he has to explain himself. He adds that he's, quote, rescued many dogs and found many dogs' homes, and says what he posted on Instagram Live was just a joke. In another tweet, he tells his followers that he doesn't need to sell a dog for money, asking them to, quote, have some respect and don't try to slander him. He also threatens legal action if the accusations continue.
Wow, now Aaron wraps up the Twitter rant saying in part, "People and media literally do not stop trying to use my name in a negative context for clickbait, and that is going to change." So he's very upset that people are accusing him of this. We don't know, obviously, at this point whether or not it's true.
Right, and he is denying it. The Lancaster Animal Care Center responded to Aaron's controversy on Instagram, promising that they are working on this situation and thanking everyone for their concern. The dog flipping controversy came out hours after Aaron confirmed that he and his girlfriend of 1 year, LINA Valentina, have split. In a statement to ET, Aaron confirmed the breakup, adding in part, "I was really hoping that this would be the one that lasted forever. We'd even talked about having kids, but we couldn't seem to get past our differences, and the relationship eventually turned unhealthy. I've been through so much the past few years, and I'm trying to learn from my mistakes."
So he's been through a lot. We don't know whether or not he was flipping dogs, but the truth will come out eventually.
The truth always does.
All right, watch this.
Therefore, by the power vested by the state of New York, I pronounce you married. You may seal your vows with a kiss.
This is some Broadway magic like we've never seen before. After Saturday's performance of The Prom on Broadway, the show's script coordinator, Armel K. Harper, and her love, Jodie K. Smith, tied the knot on stage after exchanging their vows in front of the entire audience.
I feel like I'm actually tearing up because this is so cute. Yeah. The brides wore rose gold, short-sleeve sequin gowns, were surrounded by the cast as Bob Martin, one of the show's writers, officiated the ceremony.
And it couldn't be more fitting that their wedding went down during the curtain call for The Prom. The musical comedy has made waves for its inclusive LGBTQ representation. It tells the story of a high school in Indiana that's trying to stop a lesbian student from bringing her girlfriend to the prom.
Now, Armel and Jody met on a dating app back in 2017, and after just 19 days, Jody proposed. I guess when you know, you know. Armel tells the New York Times that she grew up in what she calls an incredibly homophobic environment, but she also says this: "I've never felt a pinch of regret or shame. Loving Jody is worth everything, and being myself is worth everything." Such an amazing message.
Really?
Now, The Prom earned 7 Tony nominations, including Best Musical and Best Book of a Musical. The show also made history last year by featuring the first same-sex kiss televised on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
The Prom ends its Broadway run this month, but don't worry. Deadline reported at the end of June that Glee's Ryan Murphy plans to direct and produce a Netflix adaptation of the stage musical. According to Deadline, it will reportedly star, get ready for this list, Meryl Streep, Nicole Kidman, James Corden, Ariana Grande, Awkwafina, Keegan-Michael Key, and Andrew Reynolds.
Woo! That is quite the list.
A-listers.
And I saw The Prom on Broadway, and it's such a great show. So that story about the proposal, it's just amazing.
It's very heartwarming, and we need it.
And we have another heartwarming story here. Jenna Bush Hager is a mom of 3. On Friday morning, the Today Show co-anchor and her husband Henry welcomed their 3rd child and first son, naming him Henry Harold Hal Hager.
Baby Hal arrived weighing 7 pounds, 5 ounces, and measuring just over 19 inches. The new mom tells People she and Henry are overcome with joy to welcome their baby boy into this world.
So cute. According to Jenna, the first name Henry honors many family members on his dad's side, while the middle name Harold comes from Jenna's maternal grandfather. Now, this marks the first grandson for former President George W. Bush and former First Lady Laura.
Very sweet. Baby Hal joins big sisters Poppy Louise, who turns 4 on August 13th, and Margaret Mila Laura, who is 6. Jenna says her daughters are thrilled and have already bestowed a nickname on their little bro. They're calling him Hal Pal.
I love that. Little Hal Pal. Jenna revealed she was, quote, very pregnant on air in April, nearly a week after her co-host Hoda Kotb announced she'd adopted a second daughter, Hope Catherine. Now, later that same day, she confirmed she was expecting a boy.
Jenna was named Hoda's new co-host for the Today Show's 4th hour in February, taking over Kathy Lee Gifford's departure. She admits the timing of her pregnancy wasn't ideal given the new gig, but she told People in May there was no hesitation when she told anyone at work about her happy news.
Yeah, and Jenna worked all through the summer, announcing on Friday that she would be going on maternity leave. And as we know now, baby Hal didn't waste any time, making his big debut just a few days later. Our congrats to the new family of 5. She must be going through a lot. You have a baby, just turned 1, right?
Yes, just turned 1. What I'm thinking she's feeling is probably pure bliss and utter exhaustion.
Yeah, it probably feels like just yesterday you were in the hospital with your baby.
Oh, yes. And I still don't sleep. Ever.
Something to look forward to. All right, stay with us. Andy Cohen just revealed there's a list of celebs you'll never see on Watch What Happens Live again. We've got the details. Plus, we're joined by Real Housewives of Orange County star Shannon BEADOR. We're getting all the dirt on the new season ahead of Tuesday's premiere. All right, we've been asking you which royal you want to see in a movie in our People poll. So let's take a look at what you guys are voting. I'm thinking it's going to be, well, right now we're seeing, Prince Harry.
Ooh, very interesting. Maybe they're hoping it's a 2-for-1 deal that got Meghan Markle too.
Yeah, because I mean, Meghan Markle, I feel like that's a little too on the nose.
Yeah, because it's just expected.
We did see Prince Harry at a cameo in Star Wars, so we maybe want to see him again. I'm surprised that Prince George isn't getting more love here.
More attention.
He's so cute.
He is adorable. Keep voting, but for now, we move on to this.
Evan Rachel Wood is not here for body shamers. So in a series of tweets, Evan is clapping back at a Vogue Italia article published in 2012 for criticizing her body and her choice to pose topless for another magazine. So she tweeted the photo and said that a, quote, familiar feeling washed over her, which she called this feeling of worthlessness.
She elaborated on posing topless, saying, look at the narratives that are assigned to women. Look at the way we make their looks, their values, or what makes them interesting. She continued on her Twitter thread, calling out Vogue Italia for judging her as an 18-year-old. She wraps up the thread by saying that this is the respect we give women in the industry.
I'm so glad that she's calling them out. Even if the article was from 2012, it still shows that this has been going on forever, and we can't stand for it anymore.
And there's still misogyny in the industry, and if we call it out, then maybe we can fix it.
Yes, the Vogue Italia article begins by acknowledging that Evan Rachel Wood has posed topless, quote, and it's okay. Ugh, that makes me so upset. The writer of the article, Julia Blasi, adds that Evan is flawless, maybe too much so. Blasi also describes Evan as too attractive without sophistication. It's like, can we even win here?
No, you can't win, and she's so objectified. Evan has been outspoken about the treatment of women in the entertainment industry before, adding that she has been sexually assaulted twice in her life. She has been a staunch advocate and supporter of the Time's Up and #MeToo movements. Good for her for speaking up. This is a very powerful Throwback Thursday.
All right, Andy Cohen is revealing that he has blacklisted multiple celebrities from appearing on his late-night talk show, Watch What Happens Live. While sitting down with AOL Lifestyle, Cohen didn't name names, but said, quote, "You would be surprised. There are a few people who we have deemed not worth the trouble." Wow.
Ooh, the host clarified that this usually meant the celebrity had too many demands, like restrictions on what they won't talk about. Cohen says there were also a few people who had been on the show previously and were deemed too, quote, annoying to come back.
Can you imagine if you're one of those guests? I'd rather be the one that's like, oh, I don't want to talk about certain things than, oh, you're too annoying to be on my show.
Right, like I only want purified water and blue M&Ms.
Yeah, but if you don't answer his questions, I mean, if you watch What Happens Live, it's all about shade and kind of digging.
Yes.
So you have to spill the tea.
And if you don't, you won't be asked back, as we learned.
Yes, this comes on the heels of Titus Burgess calling Cohen a, quote, messy queen after his Watch What Happens Live appearance. We all remember this. The Burgess went on to criticize Cohen's, quote, blatant disregard for one of his guests.
In case you missed it, Cohen asked Burgess about working alongside Eddie Murphy on their upcoming film. This was the way he asked the question, quote, "Did you get to chat with him at all? He was very problematic for the gays at one point when I was coming up."
Yeah, now Burgess took offense to the question, writing in his social media post, "Watch What Happens Live is a place for artists to talk about art and have fun, not a place to rehash old rumors or bring a star negative press."
Cohen was referring to homophobic jokes about gays and AIDS that Eddie Murphy made early on in his career. He also featured these jokes in his 1981 HBO special Delirious.
Now in 1996, Murphy apologized for the statements, telling the media, "I deeply regret any pain all this has caused." So I totally understand Titus Burgess came onto the show, didn't want to talk about Eddie Murphy in that way, but again, it is Watch What Happens Live.
You have to be prepared, and he maybe should have done some more research on what the show entails.
He had been on the show before, but
Yeah.
I think that, yeah, you just didn't want to spill the tea there, which also you can totally respect.
Totally. We will keep you posted if Andy does decide to name names.
All right, the Housewives series that started it all and launched a phenomenon, The Real Housewives of Orange County, is back on Bravo Tuesday night for season 14. We are joined now by fan favorite Shannon BEADOR to talk about all the drama to come and all the ladies. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I just say you look fabulous.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Super excited about this season, but first, before we talk about that, let's talk about this. Andy Cohen, I don't know if you saw this just before, he talked on AOL Lifestyle about he has this list. He's blacklisted some celebs from coming back to his show because they're too annoying. So you've been on his show quite a few times.
Yes.
What is it that you need to prepare before you come on his show?
Well, his show is just plain fun. You know, it's late at night. He serves cocktails. You know, you go and you have fun, and you have to be authentic too. You know, I think if you are yourself, he appreciates that.
Yeah, is part of you curious of the people he's actually blacklisted? Like,
Well, I'll be seeing Andy tomorrow night, so I think I might have a few
Do you
questions.
think that you might be able to spill a little secrets of who you allegedly think it could be?
who do you think's too annoying?
You know what? I have no idea, honestly. No, I don't. I'm just very fortunate. I love Andy, and we do get along very well.
He also said that none of the Bravo stars were on that list, so
Okay.
you guys are good.
Okay.
But I also feel like the Housewives, you come in and you're ready to like spill the tea.
Yes.
You're like, we live our lives on camera, we're uncensored.
I know, right,
And
right.
speaking of living your life on camera, you've been on since season 9, and now you're going into your new season that debuts tomorrow. How are you feeling about it?
I mean, I'm excited because, you know, I kind of sat back and reflected a little bit. My first 5 years, I showed so many kind of difficult things that I was going through with the weight struggle and my husband's affair and a divorce. So now I'm independent and I'm happy, and I think that the viewers are going to see that.
It definitely seems like Fun Shannon is back.
Fun Shannon is
Yeah,
here.
woo! Because you got some flack last season for not having that part of you out there.
Correct.
The ladies were giving you some flack for that. So was it kind of intentional to bring back Fun Shannon?
Well, I mean, of course, that's the person that I want to be. But it was difficult, and to go through an acrimonious divorce is hard for anybody. So, you know, I'm done. The divorce has been finalized, and I'm moving on.
What does peak Fun Shannon look like? Is it you at a party getting loose?
Well, yeah, you know, it's not that I need alcohol
Yeah.
for any reason, but, you know, I'm a little wild and a little crazy, a little quirky.
I love it.
Does Shannon twerk?
No.
What is your?
No, no. But I will say that you will see me dancing on a few tables.
Okay.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
You've also been so candid with your weight loss journey. You've lost 40 pounds.
Yes.
What's your #1 tip for weight loss?
It's diet. It's diet. I mean, but the thing that I've learned is that I'm 55 and I want to live my life and enjoy it. So you don't have to deprive yourself in order to eat right and make healthy choices.
You seem very happy. We also saw on Instagram you in public with your boyfriend John, your new boyfriend, who's here. What's up, Shannon? So we're gonna put you in the hot seat just a little bit.
Okay.
Because we want the deets because we're so happy for you guys.
Okay.
Look at you. How did you meet?
We met through a mutual friend.
Okay. And what's your favorite thing about him?
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of things, but I'm gonna say his kind heart. That's number one. Yeah.
How does he feel about the show?
Well, I think he's never watched the show, so
Really?
it's all a little bit new to him. So
Do you think that maybe we'll see him appearing on the next season?
I mean, I've shown so much of my life, you know, on camera. I'd like to keep something. I mean, he's very private. I don't
Yeah,
think he'd wanna
which
do it.
totally makes
That's-
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're keeping that private in terms of the show, but have the other OC ladies met him? What do they think?
He's met Tamra, Vicky, and BROADWYN, the new girl, and they all really, really like him.
Do you think he'll get married again?
I would like to get married again someday. I've always said that I want to. I mean, I want to have that partnership and be part of a team that lacked in my previous marriage. So I'm looking forward to.
Could your new man be the one?
I'm not gonna.
No, you know.
No pressure,
Thank you though
no
for being as
pressure.
open as you are, but I know. We just love here at People.
So this season we do see you single and dating, but now that you're in a relationship, is that a little uncomfortable?
I mean, I didn't know John then, but that being said, I did date and I didn't want to get involved in a serious relationship. And I did kiss some people, but I mean, it's very vanilla.
Yeah, and
She was
obviously,
on.
yeah, and obviously, you know, any new partner would understand. This was before you met him, and you were doing your thing.
Right.
Got to kiss a bunch of frogs. That's what they say before you find your prince.
That is true. In the trailer, Tamra mentions the new Trey Amigas being BRAUNWYN, you, and her. Do you think BRAUNWYN could replace Vicky to become one of the new Trey Amigas?
No one will ever replace Vicky. I think she was just kind of kidding around. And you will see so much of Vicky this season too. A lot of Trace Amiga's antics.
Yeah,
Fun.
but the thing about Vicky, so she's not an official housewife. She's been demoted to friend. As you know, as a friend of hers, how is she dealing with that?
I mean, she's okay. She is still on the show. And in fact, there are so many parts of the drama this season that involve her. So, I mean, she's the OG. She's always going to be a part of the show.
Yeah, we mentioned BROADWYN. Eagle-eyed fans can see in the trailer she makes out with Tamra.
Yes.
So that's pretty exciting. Were you there for that moment?
I was there.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was at my birthday party, actually.
How did that come about?
You know, I don't know, but I'm going to say that that's not the only time that it happened this season.
With those two?
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think so. Yeah.
So so it seems like it's not just a drunken moment. Like, is there actually something?
Oh, no. I mean, there were quite a few drunken moments this season.
Okay.
A lot of crazy fun.
Okay.
And it was nice because in a lot of the events that we had together, everyone did get along.
Yeah. So we
that's
might
fun.
see some more kissing between those two the rest of the season.
It's possible.
Oh, I love when a housewives kiss. It's my favorite thing. We also saw a tense moment between you and Tamra in the trailer. So was that surprising to you, your relationship with her this season?
Well, I think that she's almost like family. We talk 50 million times a day, and we had an issue, but it got resolved very quickly, and I think that's what a good friendship is about.
Yeah.
Out of everything that happened on this season, out of the cast, who surprised you the most?
I'm going to say Kelly. Kelly.
In what way?
But we started out on the right foot, and you'll have to see that we didn't end that way.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And also, Gina's been going through a lot this season. Filming started right after she received a DUI. I mean, what has it been like for her, doing this throughout this period of her life?
I mean, I never have had to go through that, but it's difficult to live your life in front of the camera when something is going on in your life that's not positive. So I've been there to support her. I mean, I'm here to support her. I know she's got a lot going on with her family right now, and it's a hard time.
Yeah, how hard is that? Because you've been there too, and the cameras are with you through the entire journey of what you're going through.
Right.
How do you get a break from that?
Well, it's difficult, but you think, for me, I just kept thinking of what my goal was, and that was to keep my family together. So, I know that, they've had issues, and I support her either way, whatever she decides to do with her marriage.
Now, to close us out, you've been through a lot of ups and downs, your time on The Housewives, but if you could talk to Shannon pre-Housewives, pre-season 9, what would you tell her?
Oh, what would you tell her?
Yeah, what would you tell yourself?
Oh, okay. Well, I would say that I'm proud of myself because as I look back, I have gone through some hard times. And so to come out and be as happy as I am today, it's an amazing amazing thing.
Fun Shannon is back. We're going to see the dancing on the table.
Yes.
I can't wait for
A
that.
few tables.
Okay, so not just
few.
one table. There's a few tables going down. I love it. Shannon, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
And everyone, make sure to watch her on The Real Housewives of Orange County, premiering tomorrow night at 9 p.m. on Bravo, and every Tuesday at 9 after that. All right, and we're taking one last look at our People poll. We've been asking you which royal you'd want to see in a movie. Looks like Prince Harry takes the cake here. I will say, though, an update, he was in Star Wars, but his scene was cut because they were too tall
Ouch.
stormtroopers. Which
It's
I think
a pro
is...
and a con altogether.
Yeah, so you know what? He needs another shot at this movie thing. So with our poll, it's bound to happen.
Need some Hollywood fame.
We'll be asking you a new question of the day tomorrow on People Now, so tune in for that. And coming up tomorrow, it's All in the Family, talking date nights and kittens with country star Justin Moore and his wife and daughters.
Plus, former WWE champion Steve Austin is hitting the road and swapping life stories with celeb guests in his new docuseries. He'll be here live to tell us all about it. Thanks for watching, and for now, we leave you with one last thing from Jamin Martinelli.
Bye, guys.
Hi, I'm Jamin Martinelli, a shark expert from Discovery Channel's Shark Week special, Laws of Jaws, Dangerous Water. And this is one last thing. My last irrational fear was heights, just being up in a hotel at 38th floor, and I looked out the window and, I just hate heights. Last time I challenged myself is actually now I just started a workout program. I'm trying to push myself and grow these muscles. Last time I got chills, they were happy chills, probably on my last dive. It was just one of those magical dives where all the sharks are coming in and all the stars are aligned in a sense, like the current's perfect, and it was just a magical 3-hour dive.